Hello and welcome to an ALTTPR daily race. Today we're going to be featuring an open 6-6 fast Ganon seed. On stream, our runners are going to be Late Bit, Coin Chaser, The Pain, and Sawyer. We also have another 9 runners off screen that we'll be keeping an eye on. I am Zethno and I'm here with Pixcalibur. How are you doing today?
Doing pretty good today. Excited to see a good old-fashioned open, a little bit different, a 6-6 fast Ganon, so a little bit, hopefully a little bit shorter than the 7-7.
So for maybe somebody that hasn't seen a 6-6, you want to let everybody know what that is?
Okay, so open 6-6, really the only difference from the 7-7s. With the 6-6 is 6 crystals, enter Ganon's tower, 6 crystals to defeat Ganon. And the fast portion is meaning you don't even need to enter Ganon's tower. So you may be able, once you get 6 crystals, you can take out Ganon, go right ahead and drop down the hole and finish Ganon off.
Yeah, so one of the nice things is if you have that one crystal dungeon that you really kind of are having issues getting to, you may not have to do it. Oop, getting some money on Sawyer's side.
I know there was a map check. I didn't quite see what was on there. Okay,
I was looking at the wrong screen, didn't even see the map come up. Right, chat being predictable, chat. We have a comment saying, here for 3 swords in GT. Yep, that is possible. Pretty much you can just have all the swords that you need to finish the game in GT and have to go do it anyway.
Yeah, they want to stretch things out for our racers here. I think the racers want a faster seed, but obviously when the chat wants to stretch it out, force Trinex, you have to do Trinex since like maybe the other crystal isn't even doable or anything.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of options here. Sometimes these fast seeds can also turn into things that actually end up being really unfortunately long seeds. Just because you end up having to do it all anyway.
Okay, saw a map track. It looked like a red crystal in desert. Hera was a regular crystal, and pendant, green pendant, Eastern, so vanilla pendant. Alright, Sawyer, Coin Chaser, both in the front of Escape. Take a look down there. I think the map chest was also vanilla. The Pain going to, looks like Mini Moldrum Cave, and, Blue Mail on Mushroom Spot, so Late Bit will be picking that up. Don't think anyone will be turning down some early extra defense.
Early extra defense is always nice, because you never know what you're going to get or how it's going to go. We're seeing some interesting different routes here, actually, with 2 of our runners clear. Oop! Sawyer, one of the bombs did not hit that guard, getting a little bit, having a little bit of bomb fun. That can definitely happen. We have 2 runners here in Hyrule Castle. We've got 1 checking the South Shore and 1 in Kakariko. Nice to see a little bit of difference between our runners. Unfortunately, no one's found anything particularly helpful other than the armor.
Yeah, I haven't seen anything. Oh, never mind.
Oh, I had to say it, right?
I was about to say, like, there's just nothing around, and hook shot in back of the house, Blind's house. Good find there. The front of Escape was pretty much nothing. Mini Moldrum came also nothing. So, let's see what the well has for us.
Oh, a sword! Swords are nice. Swords are helpful. We'll always take a sword.
Lumberjack, I believe, looked like 3 bombs, so don't really care about that. So no AGA 1 for that reason. And the bottle vendor, nothing. Now, still might need AGA 1 for Dark World access, but not gonna need that for Lumberjack. And a little shield. The back of the house, back of the house there. Little bush crab with those nice 20s. It's gonna help with some of the money issues later on.
Yeah, some extra money early can always be nice. Picking something up just to have it, so you know. Get a little bit of a check of the island there on Lake Bitside. The bombs are not going to be a big help. Question from chat, is it possible, theoretically possible, for 3 swords to be in GT? Yes. Comment saying that it should be possible for all 4, so you would need all the dungeons to not require swords, so that makes sense, right? That's possible.
Let's see. Yeah, so I think like Skullwoods has to be a pendant.
Yeah.
Meyer and TR also have to be pendants because you need a sword to activate your medallions.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, so as long as those 3 specific ones are pendants, then theoretically, yes, it would be possible to have all 4 swords in GT. It's a rare situation as a result, but
yeah, I've never seen that.
Oh yeah, actually, you know what? One of them could be a crystal. This is 6/6. It could be the not required crystal.
Yeah.
So there is a little bit more of an option here than it would be generally, but again, But yeah, and we've in this particular seed we found a sword, but it is sometimes interesting for viewers and for potentially even newer members of our community to learn a little bit about the logic and how the game works, while we watch our runners check some of these early checks. Having a sword early is kind of nice, just really helps. I'm happier with even the hook shot early, just because you can really move around well with it. You'll see our runners using a hook shot to get around runes, just to speed things up in general. And that is a bow, so let's stop talking about that. We found a bow right outside Eastern.
That's a stacked closet there for bow and another sword, so that is 2 swords already.
Oh.
So that actually, they may not even need to step into GT. That's already enough to take out Ganon right there.
Yeah, I mean, Lapit's here, though. I think Lapit's just going to do Eastern without land. It's green pendant, but I think he's just going there.
Yeah, just take that out, get the extra item. You never know, you might, if you get like maybe another sword or silvers or something, maybe you get lucky like that, or just progression.
This could be really interesting because a lot of runners avoid Eastern if it's not a crystal that they know they have to complete. So it's interesting, I guess. It'll be interesting to see what the other runners decide to do if they find that. Do they go in here? Because if Lapit finds something, there are definitely going to be some of our 13 runners, including the ones off screen, that just might not go in here. On the other hand, Lapit might be in here and find absolutely nothing and waste a whole bunch of time. So there's that opportunity too.
Yeah, because it's only a pendant, so they keep that in mind. But the Eastern, not the hardest place to go through. Pretty well equipped. It's without boots, it's just a bit of a walk to get around the place.
But it's time, right? The big thing, as you're saying, it's slow because you don't have boots. So the thing is that if we don't find anything in here, this is going to be a lot of time walking through this dungeon.
And I believe that race game, that looked like a hammer. So the Pain picking that up and Sawyer looking like they're going to be working around to that just a bit.
Yeah, Coin already has it on their trackers, so I was just watching Late Bit and didn't notice the bottom side of our screen.
Yeah, because I think the others.
Oh, Leipit went straight to the back. I looked away. Was there something good in the big chest?
I don't think so. I think it was just a red 20.
Okay, so there's but it was an item. I think that means there's one item left in here. So Leipit's just gambling on the item because I don't think we've seen the compass. There's a compass and an item left in Eastern. So Leipit's just taking the shot that the item that's behind the big key chest is not required. So we'll see if that pans out.
Yeah, I think it's 2 items so far. I know it's a heart piece.
There was a heart piece and the big 20. And I know we found the map and the big key, so that means there's the compass and 1 item left in here. This is a gamble. The question is, if this is the compass, do we see Leipit go back in? Because that's a big time loss. I don't think we see him do it, but we'll see. Meanwhile, we have the bow, so our most nice is not a complicated fight, and that is a glove. That is an important item.
Oh, that's a good gamble by Leipit there. Not only getting the 50-50 right, but that's progression. You're gonna have to. Everyone's gonna have to go in here.
It's the 50-50. Saves time on the big key chest. Finds a really early glove. Like, man, Leipit. Did you just, like... Our fortune teller over here knew exactly where to run. What is this? Arrows. Okay, nothing on the green pendant. But, man, Leipit, I don't know what to say.
I mean, had that been Boots, I would have been just laughing at that point. Vanilla Boots would have just been like...
I mean, Boots would have been lovely, too. Like, oh, there's a sword in Ice Rod Cave.
Okay.
So we found a...
3 swords already.
3rd sword. So for all those hoping that, oh, we're going to find 3 swords in GT is maybe 1. And honestly, at that point, we're going to be already on tempered swords, so...
Yeah, I don't imagine they're going to look for any more than that. And these 3 swords, everyone's going to find these swords.
Ice Rod Cave is something people could leave behind. Ice Rod Cave is one of those checks that runners sometimes isolate. Now, Ice Rod Cave, Agena, Graveyard Ledge, stuff like that. Sometimes a lot of runners will leave some of those checks out to the end, and we'll see. But yeah, 2 of our runners already in Ice Rod Cave.
And Coin Chaser also heading into that Eastern, looks like picking up that Tempered Sword and the bow. It's already very well equipped.
Chat having some fun with the fact that I talked about isolating Ice Rod Cave. Yeah, so we get the man under the bridge check here with the fake flippers. We get a bottle from him, so we will be able to go over and check Sick Kid. First bottle of the seed.
Was that just
Leipit in another dark room? Is this a mountain climb? It is a mountain climb.
Mountain climb, okay.
That's what, picking up the glove. So Leipit's playing into that. Leipit is looking, I think, at the fact, okay, I got glove. I got a glove that a lot of other runners aren't going to pick up. Obviously, he was comfortable with the room going into Eastern. So going, you know what? I have the glove. Most of the other runners don't. Let me go check the mountain with this glove to see what the other runners are also not going to pick up. So Leipit's route's going to be extremely different from most other runners. That said, Coin Chaser is in a familiar dungeon, and so is the Pain.
Yeah, I think everyone else is just going to be going into Eastern, picking up all the goods. I think they probably figured, green pendant, might as well, and especially with the closet holding a sword and a bow, they figured just go clean out Eastern, just pick up the goods and move on.
Yeah, it's interesting because I guess some of these other runners have checked a lot of the other overworld, so they know there isn't a lot left for them in the world. So they're probably running out of concentrated locations, so this makes a lot of sense. Eventually, Lapit just made that really early choice, and it worked out so well.
And then just Agina is just such a bad check. They're just saving that for last.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's one of those tricks, as I said. Sometimes you leave it. Ice Rod Cave is another one. Like, that's a long walk without boots or flute. Or both. But a lot of runners will check it, but some runners I know will they'll just leave that and say, you know what, I'll save the extra time on it. But yeah, we're seeing some more dark rooms. Coin Chaser are going to be showing us that the compass is in fact in the big key chest of Eastern Palace. I think he didn't hit the switch.
And Paradox Cave was pretty empty. I think just saw a heart container, really nothing else there. And actually, I almost getting a little kind of questioning if this might end up being an Agassi, because a lot of times I will see racers getting like Temper Sword or even Butter Sword early and end up being an Agassi because there's just no Dark World access.
There, I got to comment on the fact Lapit just was heading up towards the TR side of things, where probably to check the island and everything else got blocked by the Dead Rocks. Not really anywhere to go after that. Probably just wanted to check the island item, but still got Dead Rock. Every runner's favorite enemy in this game, the Dead Rocks. Ooh, Coin Chaser going into a not often seen room. Gonna pick up the extra health by dropping into the pot. I couldn't come up with a word for a moment there.
Yeah, this dark room could be a real pain without a fire source. And in
This
chat,
one's not too bad. If you're talking about coins room there, the back of Eastern.
yeah, the one with the two green guys there.
It's not too bad. You do need to kind of learn a setup, though. If you go in there completely blind, good luck.
Okay, late bit. Probably gonna start should be starting to escape, front of escape. And yes, in chat. So yeah, given the big key chest was the compass, I believe. So you don't need to go through the dark room. So fire rod would be enough since the torches are easy to reach.
Yeah, for sure. Fire rod's the logical requirement here, but all of these runners are comfortable with these rooms, so it's not a big issue. Really, the Eastern Palace Dark Room, the one on the right for sure, to the big key chest, is really easy to want to learn. On the most part, the first room's a big circle, and the second one, you just kind of move up a bit and just walk to the pot. The back one, the one we were talking about, can be quite annoying if you don't know how to set up the Igor, because once the Igor that's carrying the key decides to move around, you can have a lot of fun trying to find it. But otherwise, they are in the either dark rooms of the seeds. So here's the question. What's the logical access to the rest of this? I mean, Lapit didn't find anything on the mountain, so it's not necessarily lamp that gets us to glove and then up. Like, all of these runners haven't found something.
Oh,
and of course, we still have Moon Pearl out there somewhere.
Point Chaser is gonna probably find out, and looking like Agina, or even Zora, because Zora actually is in logic with that glove. I'm gonna be checking Agina
Not yet.
first.
No, because the glove is out of logic.
Oh yeah, no fire source. Okay, so Agina is
right.
I'm trying to think if Agina's just gonna drop the lamp.
Yeah, like Agina could drop a bunch of different things. that could help us here. So we'll see what this is. But Agina makes a lot of sense for the check here because there's not really much that one of our runners haven't checked that's in logic. And it's the lamp. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, there we go. That's the Aga
That
seed.
makes sense.
That's probably Aga seed. Because
Yeah.
okay, that puts the glove in logic now.
The glove is now in logic, and we have lamp and 2 swords, meaning we can cut the barrier up to Aga, which could mean that... Oh, so are you telling me that the logic of this seed may have been go to Agina's cave, get the lamp, go to Eastern with the bow that you'll find there in Saha's closet, grab the glove, go, and then like go get the moon pearl from Pyramid Ledge?
I mean, at this point, I think most of them, they're probably just gonna do the Paradox play first. They're just gonna, since that's now in logic, they're gonna do anything to stay away from Aga. But I think,
like this is because Latebit did the other thing is that Latebit did go up the mountain without hammer, so we do have access to Hera that nobody has checked yet.
Yeah, because Hera is full clearable, I believe.
Yep, you really only need a sword. I mean, it is easier to have a few other items, but you really only need a sword. Or a hammer. Just something to kill Moldorm with. There's no other requirement in that dungeon.
I mean, the fire sources just makes it, at least in strict logic.
Oh! No, you're right. You do need a fire source to do the basement. Unless, of course, the compass or the map is down there. Which is possible. So we got Latebit going over there. Latebit still doesn't have the hammer. Where was that hammer again? Because everybody else has it.
Race game.
Race game. So Latebit had a good play early, did a great job, but unfortunately is falling a little bit behind on trying to find the rest of the progression in the seed.
I mean, there aren't too many places left to look, but it's just Agina having progression. It's just one of those things that racers don't really want. You really don't want to walk over here. I mean, if they had Flute or something, well, Flute would have given mountain access as well, but Flute would just make it a little easier to get to the desert.
Sure. Yeah, it's just one of those things, like, you really don't want to check Agina most of the time, because you don't have a good way to get through that. Oh, I missed it, but I think Latebit just splash deleted from the north side of the lake. I saw some bombs on screen as he was swimming away. It's a cool way to do a fake flipper that we don't see all that often for this part of the seed.
And yeah, Floating Island was just a heart container, so nothing much there.
So you're picking up the lamp?
Alright, the Pain gonna be taking our first look into Hera.
And also the only runner without the lamp. Okay, so we found the big key. It's going to be kind of tracking here. There are 2 items remaining. There are 2 items in this dungeon. The question is one of them in the basement? That is Firelock that the Pain also cannot get.
Yeah, but probably.
And there's a Moon Pearl in Hera.
Oh, okay, yeah, the first chest. Okay, so I was first trying to think, like, man, if the Moon Pearl's in the basement, that's gonna be a real problem.
No, the Moon Pearl was just about, 2 floors down from where it was supposed to be.
Okay, so Moon Pearl's just kind of sitting there for us. So okay, so Aga is gone. So
Pain takes a drop here. Yeah, Aga's done. We have a glove, a hammer, and a Moon Pearl. A map is the second item in here. Oh, okay. Either the small key locks itself, or the item's on the boss. can't remember. Can the small key logically lock itself here?
That I don't know. I know Thieves Town it can lock itself, but that being the
There's
big
a few
chest,
dungeons where it can. I just can't remember. Well,
I can see after this fight here.
I think it can. I just can't remember for sure.
Oh boy, in late bit. Gonna go for Aga 1 and not knowing I'd probably go back to the tower there.
The Pain picks up a small key on Moldorm. Coin Chaser is catching up quickly here on the Pain because Coin came in Hera quite a little bit later. But unfortunately, that does mean the Pain will not be able to fully clear Tower of Hera. Question is, does Coin Chaser even want to? The basement is called Coffee Break Room for a reason. Because you have enough time to go get your coffee and drink it.
Okay, so let's see what Coin is going to do here. Now this is pretty early in the seed.
It is. Yeah, we're leaving. We've got Moon Pearl now. We have access to Dark World. We're not going to spend a few minutes doing basement. I think it's a good play. It could come back to bite him, but I think it's a good play.
Alright, so Sawyer and Coin still working their way through the East Death Mountain area. Yeah, so I think for late bit the problem is he didn't go to race game, so he doesn't have that hammer, so he can't get into Hera.
Oh, some numbers in chat. You know what those are?
Some numbers here. Well, while we're at it, we got the blue ball game. Let's see, just for fun, how many blue balls Aga will be shooting at us today. Ooh, Dark World check. So, Red Crystal TR and Pendants Pod and Thieves Town.
And in Pod and Thieves Town. What locations? Okay, so one of the guesses for the blue ball game is 17. That's actually higher than is possible unless the runner messes up. So you don't have a lot of faith in late bit, I see. Because I believe the highest amount you can get without making a mistake is 15. It's extremely unlikely, but it's possible. The average is about 3. My guess is always 4. I don't know about you, Pixcalibur.
Into this I cave first. I cave just a mushroom, so I guess they'll see if they want to turn that in. All right, so blue balls. I'll say 6. Be a little unlucky today.
Whoa, you're being mean to our runners.
You know, I figured that Aga's not required. There's like just.
Also, punish even more for the fact that it's not.
you don't have to do it.
Or we got 0, so
looking pretty good so far.
Yep, I think even my 4 is off. Like the average is 3. So if you ever want to guess in chat and you want to be on the average, it's 3. But anything less is being nice to the runners. Anything more is being mean. But I always say 4. So. I'm not just being mean. That's 0.
That's a clean Aga 1 there. Now, late bit is going to find out the reality here. And yeah, you can see the hole there. You see the hole. You don't need to clear Ganon's tower.
20 rupees. Not helpful. Late bit's not getting it. Where is? What's the thought process here? It keeps going.
I mean, he's got to be realizing he's missing something here. And the dig game on Pain's side, giving the book, so I guess we'll keep that in mind. Actually, that does give desert access. I believe a full clear of desert. No, well, it depends on boots. If boots are required or not. Coin pulling out the mirror in the first chest of Pod. So that is Pendant Pod is hard required here. It's like every time you see Pendant Pod, you know you're gonna find progression.
It's Pendant Pod. There's a reason there's a joke in the community about Pendant Pod. Because Pendant Pod always has something.
Always seeing, like, believe in pod.
The thing is, there are 5 items in here, and it is accessible as soon as you go into the Dark World, so it does really help. We found mirror, so that's 1 item. So it is bow lock, though we all our runners have bow.
Okay, Late Bit finally picking up that hammer and now probably realizing where he needs to go.
Yeah, Late probably not happy about that. No, ooh, Coin Chaser accidentally threw a bomb a little bit too far away from the wall. But excuse me, the Pain finds Ice Rod on Mushroom Turn-In.
Yes, Mushroom Turn-In with the Ice Rod, so you're probably not gonna save scum that. Don't have the Pain of Samaria anyway, but at least you don't have an Ice Rod hunt. And they may not even need to do it since it's 6 crystals, but at least that gives an option if they find all the tools they need.
You know, that's gonna really suck if another runner doesn't turn that in till later and does manage to get an important item off Magic Bat.
Yeah,
it's always that little thought in the back of your mind when you do that. You're like, I don't want to turn this in. We got a single arrow from Sikid. He's like, here, 1 arrow to fire at an enemy. Thank you for my medicine.
1 little stick.
1 stick. Yeah.
Alright, so Sawyer is doing the basement. I'm gonna see if
we're gonna see this. Finished. Here it is. Well, what was the pet? I missed that. And it's a heart in the basement.
Heart container. Pedestal is dead. That was, I think it was 3 bombs. I think I saw a triple boom on the message, so that's pet is gone.
Coin Chaser finds silvers.
So pod, Pendant Pod, here we go.
Yeah, so Pendant Pod being very, very good here. I have no idea how many items we found in here. So I have no idea what the rest of the logic of this dungeon is anymore.
I mean, it is full clearable in logic anyway, but they're probably counting how many items, because if they find the full, I think, 5 items, they're not going to take out Helma.
Getting a comment from one of our trackers, Matt Ewok, heard, thank you, that there were 2 items in here, so that's good to know. We're still at 2 items, and we're getting all the keys.
I think even if an item is on Helma, or they might not go for it, unless they might think maybe I might find...
I think at this point, there's an item on Helma. Odds are there's an item. Oh, and there's the big key. Yeah, there's an item on Helma here. Yeah. I foresee Coin Chaser leaving it behind. There's no guarantee.
And Payne scooping up boots. That might have been in Skull Woods there. Just scooping up boots. Nice. So that's always good to find.
Late Bit's back up on the mountain, now checking Hera. Unfortunately, wasn't able to do it the first time. He has come back with a lamp, though, so he does have the option of going to the basement. Late Bit does find that Moon Pearl now. Not probably happy to find it there, knowing that it's been accessible for quite a while.
Pendant Pod is just loaded today.
Oh, what was in the back? I didn't see what was in the dark room to the big key.
So got a mirror. So you got mirror, silver arrows, the big chest having Cane of Samaria.
Oh, what? Okay. Was there an item left? Do you know if we found all the items? Were all 3 of the things there items? Or?
I know one was a heart container. I don't know if I saw what the other item was.
Just wondering if there's an item on King Helma.
Okay, if it was just rupees in that other chest in the dark room, then
rupees.
Then that would be five things. So that would be it. Helma's store would have
I think there's a map on Helma because we got the compass then.
Okay, yeah. Then yeah.
Thank you, Chad. There's so many items that we're all looking at right now that we appreciate your extra eyes. There's about 180 of you and between me, Pixcalibur, and our two trackers, Matt Ewok and Baraka, there's we only have 8 eyes, and there's only so many things we can see at a time.
Yes, really appreciate the chat, because it's especially at these points where like everybody's getting progression in some way, shape, or form. And it's very easy to overlook. We look at one player, and then like 2 others are getting items, so it makes it.
Well, that's why I always have to thank our trackers, because as you and me as commentators here, Pixcalibur, we can miss things, and that's okay. But if our trackers miss things, then it makes it difficult for everybody. So they're the real silent heroes of all the restreams.
Yeah, the trackers with all their clicking all the buttons, keeping everything up to date for us. Again, it's really hard when everybody is getting progression at the same time. Gonna be on multiple points at the same time.
Sawyer with some slashes at Sickid, not happy about just getting a single arrow.
Yeah, did not appreciate the 1 stick there. And ooh, okay, red mail.
Oh,
for pain.
We got
that's nice.
Mitts on chest gain, from the pain. So, man, the Dark Kakariko, the Village of Outcasts, having boots and mitts.
Yeah, I believe Skullwoods and so it's reason.
It's kind of the front of Skullwoods is basically the Village of Outcasts outer area.
All right, Catfish with nothing today. So this hype cave really has that bit of hype in it. Probably the big hype is it gets rid of the ice rod hunt.
If you turn in shroom.
Yeah, assuming you turn into shroom. And with that,
I see. Chat's talking about it again, but we did already see it earlier. We got the other Kane on the pain side. We now have Kane of Burna. And these runners are taking such different routes, so we keep seeing the same checks after each other. But everyone's taking such a drastically different order between when they found their fire, when they found their hammer, when they found their bow.
All right, out of logic waterfall fairy with nothing in it, which I think just a couple of 20s. And,
yeah, but Queen Chaser's water walkings, so that shouldn't be too bad. A piece of heart on Zora Ledge, so we won't be doing that.
And the pain probably just leaving Thieves Town. Thieves Town is only a pendant, so there's not much incentive to go to the back at this time.
I didn't even watch that. I don't even know if we found items in there or what we just got. I've been watching all our other runners. Zora takes 500 rupees and gives you back 20.
Oh, the scam. Zora scam. And okay,
thank you, Matt Ewok. Heard 3 items in the front, meaning there's 1 in the back. Yeah. I mean, if there's 1 item in the back, you're not going to the back on a pendant for Thieves Town.
Yeah.
That's so much time for a single item.
And especially, if they read, anyone who's done the pet check already and that's already gone, pedestal not a factor here, so you're not going to waste your time with that.
I mean, even if you haven't checked it, you're sitting at 1 item. You can get back to Thieves Town pretty quickly if you need to. And just wasting that much time this early is huge risk.
Yeah, because I think it takes even with boots, it's like a couple minutes just to do the top and then go down to the basement. Yeah. It's just a time sink.
It takes a while. It's not difficult. And they all have good mail and decent hearts, so you're not going to accidentally die to some of the enemies. So it's probably not going to be a difficult thing, but it is definitely a time-consuming chance. I think all our runners are now checking things that the others have checked, although Oh, Sawyer takes a death. Was heading towards the check, got hit by a spike.
Okay, well, at least they're starting kind of right below. It won't take too long to get back. I'm trying to remember what was in there. I think that was just a small key, but we can double check on that.
I'm not sure what we found in Skullwoods, because I was watching the other runners while the pain was in here.
Alright, King's Tomb just with more money. So nothing in there. Because I know Skullwoods is... I gave the boots, and I don't know if there was a second item found yet. Yeah, okay, yeah, it was small key.
Yeah, there's only 2 items in Skullwood, so it's not a very dense dungeon.
And Bonk Rocks, oh, that appeared to be the Sank Heart. It's good to find that one, I suppose. Get the free health refill.
It's probably not the time that he wanted to get it, though. Not a particularly risky location. Probably going to lose those hearts on a save and quit anyway. We took that blacksmith on quite a trip here, so let's see. We took him on a nice sightseeing tour. So, what does he give us in return? Oh. A piece of a, I guess, mechanical heart? I hope. I think we're getting a desert check here on Sawyer's side. We have not seen that. The only runner with book. So...
Well, it doesn't look like anyone else has done the dig game yet, because I believe that's where the book was.
Is that where it was? I couldn't remember, so that's good to know. We'll see if that's an important check. Not yet. But we do have boots too, so you know what? That actually makes it a pretty good check because we can go in. We know we can clear it. It's crystal.
Yep, Desert was boots locked. Pain grabbing that tempered sword. Very happy to see that one.
That means Late Bit is our last runner without tempered.
And yeah,
I think our first runner to Master Sword, but our last runner to tempered.
Yeah, I'm trying to think which sword does he not have yet.
Ice Rod Cave.
Oh, okay.
Right, because he skipped a lot of the overworld early because of that whole eastern play. So I believe Late Bit has not been over there yet.
Bumper ledge with nothing on it. Skip that.
I think there's one item on Land Home, but nothing good in Desert so far. It is a crystal, though, so, you know, you're doing it anyway. Good to get it out of the way. You got boots, you got tempered sword. When is it going to be faster than now? I mean, maybe silvers or fire rod would help with the boss fight. Catfish. Catfish with the rubies.
Yeah, that was already known. That was a 20.
Oh.
I think Coin might have done that when he did
Oh, you're right. Yep.
Yeah,
I was watching somebody else, but that makes sense. Ooh,
Right.
we're getting another splash delete on Late Bit this time.
Pain doing that
Oh.
same check.
Late Bit accidentally messes up the splash delete. Let's see if we get this again. 1, 2, 3, 2 bombs. There we go. Getting all the splash deletes. I think that's like the third, at least, splash delete of the seed.
Yeah, I think he did that for Hobo as well.
Oh, well, Coin splash deleted up there as well, and I think on the way down. There's a bunch of splash, or was it? He splash deleted the fake flipper. I don't know. There's a bunch of everybody's splash deleting instead of to create the fake flipper this time.
Yeah, just getting.
I mean, you get early.
Around.
Sorry.
Yeah, any way to get around flippers checks. I mean, they couldn't be flippers anyway.
I mean, when you have we got arrows from blind mode, not helpful, but hey, you know what? It's a crystal. But yeah, Splash Elite's a great way. If you have an early arrow, Splash Elite's a great way to get in the water without having to be in a particular location and try to figure it out. So that can always be nice. Something to keep in mind.
Alright, so Coin grabbing their mitts, and probably will... I'm trying to remember, I don't know if they dip Thieves Town, but they're probably gonna do, like, say, like, Dig Game and Smithy Chain after this. Since they have the mirror, it's way more convenient to do the Smithy stuff. Alright, so at this point, nothing new going on. I think everyone is going to be basically repeating other runners' checks. So I'll take a moment to thank our restreamers, Late Bit, Sawyer, Coin Chaser, and The Pain for volunteering to show us some good gameplay this open 6-6 seed. Thanks to our two trackers, Rockgot and Maid Walkherd, keeping us up to date on item progression, and also thanks to co-commentator Zethno.
Nice to be here with you, Pixcalibur. This has been one heck of a seed so far, and let's see where it goes next. We're getting the back of Thieves Town. Coin Chaser taking the option to go to the back.
Okay, new check right here. Now, if this comes up with like Fire Rod, Flipper,
that would be huge. That would be an insane advantage for Coin Chaser.
Yeah, I think because this is a check that pretty much I don't think the other runners are going to do this for a while.
No, I think this is. We got a shield. Nope. Okay, here's the thing. If what we were told earlier is correct, that's the last check of Thieves Town. Oh, Coin Chaser doesn't have the book. He doesn't know what pet is. I thought we had two people check the pet, actually. I only see one book on the trackers. Does the second person have it? Oh. Coin Chaser checked.
Yeah, he just left right away. And, no.
I'm like, I swear we saw two runners check pet.
I'm trying to remember who else has well, I mean, anyway, Coin's going to be getting that book in just a bit.
Well, I mean, if he left there, he might already have it. Nope, he doesn't. Okay. So who has book? Anyways, I swear we had two runners check it, but that's okay. So, wow, Coin made that bail just based on the fact of hoping it had was nothing. So, you know what? That's not that big of a time loss then.
I mean, they got the last item out of there, actually. So, you got all four checks out of the way. Nothing in there.
Yeah.
Blind is going to have nothing, so you don't really
And
care.
it's a pretty quick... Getting that check up in the attic is not that bad. Going to the attic and then doing the entire basement is a big time sink. Just getting the attic is a small time sink. But nice to just not worry about, well, what did I miss? The Pain using Ice Rod on Lanmo.
Quick, easy fight there. Gonna be picking up their Desert Crystal. So Sawyer and Payne with 2 crystals at this point. Late been Coin with 1. Just hasn't gone to desert yet. I mean, Coin just got the book, so maybe at some point you can go down there. But since there's nothing down there, ideally would maybe hope for a flute and just route in Mire while they're at it.
Okay, so we have the Pain going over to East Death Mountain. We may be seeing our Dark Death Mountain tracks. There's a lot over there. So there's keep an eye out over there on Pain. But maybe not. Did Pain not do? What is Pain doing? We'll find out. Keeping an eye on Coin Chaser. Coin Chaser has left it behind, but does have the purple chest. The game thinks he has purple chest. So we are about to see the purple chest check-in as well.
All right,
okay.
So Pain, wow. Pain looks like going for an ether tablet. Okay,
that's a long run while here. Oh, he also doesn't have mirror, though, so there's no good way to get there later.
Purple chest. Purple chest with the flippers.
Okay, well, that could give us that swamp access that we need. And you're kind of right there, so I assume Chaser's going in here. You need to drain the swamp first, Coin. Probably just held dash a little bit too long.
Actually, kind of surprised you didn't just check Bombos while they were at it. It's just kind of right there.
Yes, I mean, the plan was probably I'll check purple chest into Bombos, and then got flippers and said, "Oh, I should check swamp." I'm guilty of that. I think a lot of other runners have been. You can just easily forget what you were on when you get an item like that. That's just something that kind of happens. But yeah, so it looks like we're going to be on our way for Coin Chaser's second crystal. It'll be the third overall crystal from our runners, but no one's at 3 yet, so we got a Quake and a Bottle.
Yeah, basically, okay, key was just on the map. Turtle Rock is a Quake to enter.
This game does love doing that.
Right,
just got a half
cave.
magic in Hookshot Cave. Yeah, half magic's nice. Ooh, and a Bombos. I was about to say Quake. That's not Quake.
Okay, so that's 2 out of 3 medallions, just like that. Half cost magic. Yeah, Ganon is gonna be like nothing at this point. You're pretty much gonna be full on, almost vanilla fight at this point.
Half magic is one of my favorite items to find. It is a quality of life item. It has slight logic implications to the seed. Potentially something to do with the Spike Cave. With this many swords, it doesn't matter, but technically it can have something to do with Turtle Rock as well. But really, it's such a nice little item to have. It just really helps you get through everything.
So kind of the wrong red item in Spike Cave there. Just a red boomerang. That would have been very interesting if that was a fire rod.
Yeah, red boomerang. It's a great item. It is something we love to have, but like it doesn't particularly do anything for us.
Now, Sawyer and Pain, at some point, they're going to have to go into pod. Because it's just too many required items in there.
And in pod. So unfortunately, I haven't been counting the items in Swamp, but it looks like we haven't found anything important yet.
Yeah, left side, just a heart container and a map.
Like that, it was 100% skippable. Late bit on his way with a purple chest. Not leaving it behind. Gonna actually just walk with it all the way.
And Pain is just going to follow those flippers. Oh no, I don't think done purple chest yet. I think only Coin did it, and Baitbit's about to get those flippers.
Yeah, no, Coin's the only one. Pain's just skipping flippers
Pain
for
just-
this. Because getting to Ice Palace without flippers is not difficult.
So I guess just
That
taking
uses
bomb.
these. Like, you can get there with the basic fake flippers glitch, which is one of the first minor glitches that most runners learn. We don't... Oh, you know what? Pain doesn't have King of Samaria, though.
Yeah, and I was kind of mentioning about the whole pod thing. Is like at some point they're going to have to go in there, so this is going to take a little bit longer without the no mirror, no Cane of Samaria.
Yeah. It's the no Samaria will definitely make this a little bit more tricky. The Ice Palace bomb jump is a lot more technical, where it's easy to fall into the pit. It's not okay. I guess I take that back. Like it's more punishing if you get it wrong. Let's put it that way. If you're a little bit off, you'll just fall into this pit. You'll see Pain jumps over it well, which is great. But if you do miss it, you do go into the pit. The nice thing about Icebreaker is if you mess it up, you just get to do it again. Nice kill there on the Pain side, getting all of the Pengators in one spin.
And Coin finishing off Argus for their second crystal.
Fire Rod and Crystal. That's
Picked up Fire Rod on top of it. Oh.
Yeah, that's
okay.
I mean, the crystal's important, but the Fire Rod's kind of the big thing here. Coin Chaser going back in to grab the big chest.
Yeah, that Fire Rod. So that gives Skullwoods. They can do Ice Palace. That's in full logic. And
Yeah,
they're probably hoping to find a flute.
I mean, chat's right here, though. We're in no mode. We don't even need the flute. We can complete 6 dungeons.
Oh, TR.
It's accessible and completable because we have Quake. We don't need the flute. We can complete the game right now at 50. Well, it was probably 56 minutes.
So Coin really just has to go to Death Mountain. That's about it because they're just gonna find the key right there. Okay, to do in desert first. That's fine. Just get rid of the.
Oh, that makes sense.
Easy crystals.
You're here, do it. You're here, do it. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw Skullwoods play, an Ice Palace play, and then up to the mountain. One or the other, Ice or Skullwoods. Completing those crystal dungeons. While Pain is dropping down towards the boss here of Ice. I lie. Was 2 rooms away from the boss, but is going up. I assume this means that we haven't done Ice Tea. It's a little bit of, when you're doing Ice Palace Bomb Jump, the roading's a little bit different. I have to remember that we probably haven't done it yet.
Alright, making short work of Argus, picking up their Fire Rod and Crystal.
The big difference here to keep in mind is that Lapit's still on Master Sword.
And Ice Tea, just a small key.
That sword difference could come into play.
Late bit probably hoping that if you can find the other sword along the way, say in TR, then okay, that gets him out of that problem. He'll have tempered as well.
Yeah, tempered's fine if we can find it. It does mean everybody else will have gold, but I mean, Chad saying Master Sword isn't that bad with silvers is true, but it is still slower. It is still worse. It is much nicer to have that tempered, and it's not even just about like the Ganon fight. It's about every boss up until there. Right at this point, Lapit still has to do Argus, which is easier on Tempered Sword. There's still Mothula, which is nicer on Tempered Sword. There's Trinex, which is a lot nicer on Tempered Sword.
Yeah. I think Leapit just took out Argus, so that I don't didn't. Oh, he had silvers anyway, so silvers I think can compensate a little bit on Argus.
Yeah, I mean, Trinex with Tempered versus Trinex on Master is quite different.
Yeah. I mean, at this point, it's just like everyone's just clearing dungeons. Just Sawyer and Payne just need to do pod.
Question is, when do they get to it? Yep. Coin heading over to Ice. This makes a lot of sense here. Alright, get it out of the way, especially we have Samario. Just get it out, get the crystal done.
Alright, Payne is on their way to pod. Okay, we'll be picking up all the good loot. Pretty much we'll likely send them to Swamp after this.
Payne doesn't have flippers yet.
Oh, okay, yeah, you gotta do purple chest, okay.
Yeah, we got purple chest. That's the problem for both our runners on the right side of the screen here, is that they don't have flippers because they haven't done purple chest and they haven't done pod. One of the reasons they probably haven't done purple chest is because they don't have mirror. And that mirror, I believe, is actually in pod. So there is a connection as to why they're both in this situation. All I can say is I'm really liking the MSU pack we're listening to here. There's really not much to say here, as all our runners are just clearing things that somebody else has cleared, because these runners have had just picked such drastically different routes to get all of these items at absolutely different times and just ending up in the same place.
Now for late bit, I'm actually curious if they're just gonna go into TR at this point, because you just got Quake. You're gonna find out that TR is accessed by Quake. You got both rods. You got everything else. There's that half-cost magic. Probably will just take out TR.
But Latebit is checking all these locations, but why? We're in go mode. Oh, you know what? He probably wants the sword still. It's a high-density location. Latebit still wants that sword. Latebit doesn't want to go into Turtle Rock with Master Sword. What we were talking about earlier. It's doable. It's not. He's definitely capable of it. It's just not pleasant. I think Latebit has way because you just need. Yeah. Okay, so late bit is in go mode at about hour 4. It was hour 3:30. For first runner in go mode. However, he does still have to complete 3 crystals. Nope, 2 crystals. I believe Swamp needs to be checked off for late bit because he has Fire Rod.
Yeah, I don't think late bit has done Ice Palace yet, because would have just gotten the Fire Rod off Argus.
Oh, maybe that's what happened. It's just the wrong dungeon lit up. That can happen. Well, I guess the only thing we're really looking for at this point is where's Gold Sword? I mean, if we find Flute somewhere in one of the remaining checks for some of these runners, it might be nice because they could choose to do Mire instead of, say, Turtle Rock. That's about it.
Yeah, they'd have to find Flute pretty early. I mean, if
Right? Yeah, I'm saying like if they found it along the way somewhere. Yeah. But I don't think there's anything left along the way.
Yeah, you're just going to finish Love Dungeons at this point. Because if, say, like, Trinex had the Flute, it's not going to mean anything. Oh, well, no, never mind. There is a Flute. Okay, look, this is interesting. Well, okay, there's the Flute. Now, this is interesting. Now, he's just probably just going to pursue and take out...
No, I mean...
Oh, okay. I was thinking may have save and quit to go to Mire.
No, I think we're going to finish Turtle Rock, and then I'm pretty sure that Ice Palace and Skullwoods are still faster.
Yeah, so, yeah, Skullwood's already partially done, so that's just a quick trip to the back. Now, for late bit, would Ice Palace or Mire be a faster choice here?
I don't know. The thing is that in Mire, you might have to play the big key, find the big key game. Whereas in Ice Palace, you really don't have to care, and it's pretty quick to get to the back with Icebreaker, and you don't have to worry about keys or anything else.
Yeah, and the half-boss magic and Bombos, plenty of magic to just spam Fire Rod on Cold Stare.
Oh yeah, I guess in Late Bit's case too, he doesn't have Ether yet, so he doesn't even know if he'll be able to get into Mire. So you could get all the way there, fly there, use the portal, get all the way to the entrance, and then find out that you can't do it anyway.
Yeah, I don't think anybody's found Ether yet.
So I think I'm pretty sure it's just the play here is just do Skullwoods and Mire, or yeah, the Skullwoods and Ice Palace. Don't do Mire was my sentence.
And yeah, Late Bit not even bothered with Blaze Bridge, just wanted to finish dungeons at this point. Okay, Coin taking out Mothula, well, no sweat there.
The thing is that the hardest boss that he probably wants that sword for is right here.
Yeah, he might want to be doing, maybe even switch to Hammer or something.
Yeah, I think so. It's just, it is a little bit, better. I'm a little bit worried about the 2 hearts of health here, especially because we don't have a safety door. Okay. Thank you, Late Bit. Problem is the blue potion is also, oh. Wow, that just used up half the magic bar. Whoa. This has been a bit of a rough fight. I think we have it. Yeah, we're good. But, like, that was a bit of a rough fight for Lapid.
We're seeing the value of that half-cost magic picked up before going into TR.
Yeah, no,
really saved them there.
You know what? That's the other thing. Yeah, like, at that point, Lapid didn't have half magic or tempered sword. Maybe finding tempered, or the half magic was why we didn't check for the tempered, going, you know what, at least I have half magic. I know I can defeat Trinex on this. But Trinex, normal magic, Master Sword is not fun. Master Sword half magic is not fun, but that was just so much worse.
And Coin is going to be following suit into TR. Looks like going for their 6th crystal. And TR will be a lot easier for Coin with tempered. May not eat. Oh no, you
no half magic.
Search. May still. I'm wondering if they're gonna do.
Coin does not have half magic. Oh, we're gonna do it.
Well, he doesn't have Quake yet, so he's gonna have to at least do Super Bunny.
Oh, no, you're right.
Gotta get half cost magic first, because Quake is in Super Bunny. Very welcome sight there to see that half cost magic. So they're gonna get that.
Coin's actually gonna be happy about that order. That's gonna be really good. Because if he'd gone the other way, he might have skipped that.
Yeah, he would have been in go mode and just would have likely skipped out. It would have been no reason to search anymore.
Yeah, I don't think we would have seen it. Not at Tempered Sword Silvers. I don't think we would have seen Hookshot Cave. So this is a great little option here. I don't even know if we'll use it, but it is nice to have the safety of half magic.
Also nice to have on Ganon as well, in case they're just going to be using Fire Rod. If they're going to use the lamp to light the torch, that's not a big issue.
We have silvers. Doesn't really matter.
Yeah, you don't have to do any torch tricks or anything like that.
Even if you don't do the torch glitch, which a lot of runners with silvers might not, because you can get a different style quick kill on Ganon, you're still lighting it, what, twice to 4 times? Magic doesn't really matter at that point.
Yes, in chat, Flute was in TR, the Chain Chomp room. So Coin is going to be picking that up along the way, but that's going to make no difference. And now Pain going into TR is probably going to be shut out, because I believe at least one small key was on the right. I think the big key was also on the right. There's one small key, but I think the right side also has the big key. That's Fire Rod locked. Yeah, there's the big key. So, not going to be able to progress all the way to the back of TR. Now, with that Flute, that might make an interesting decision for Pain in this case. Still needs to find the Fire Rod, which actually basically has to do Purple Chest. Okay, there's that Flute.
Yeah, you're right. No, at that point, like, you don't have Fire Rod. You just... Boy, Pain's on a very interesting track here. That's all I can say.
Yeah, I think Pain's going to need to do the Purple Chest at this point. I'm not sure if there's really anywhere else to go. Alright, Sawyer picking up their flippers. Should send them straight into the swamp. And Late Bit making short work of Cold Sarah for their 5th crystal.
So we're going to get the Meyer medallion check over here on the pain side, finally. And I did not see that. Ether! Ah! Instant replay.
Yeah, just double check that. Yeah, it was Ether, so...
Either, so we're not doing that. You know, yeah. That could be good in a sense, because it's just one less place for the pain to go. Because we're going to have to get that, we're going to have to get the flippers one way or the other to complete Swamp. Because Swamp locks Turtle Rock, so you're going to have to do Swamp as one of your 6 crystal dungeons, no matter what. So you need those flippers.
Yeah, Swamp blocks Fire Rod, which is going to block 2 crystals.
Oh yeah, 2 crystals, yeah. I didn't even think about Skull Woods. But yeah, so like it has to be done, so doing Maya right now would only be a time loss for the pain. So if you're cheering for the pain, then you're actually happy that it's Ether and that it can't go in. We got another Trinex fight. This one's going to be quite a bit different than the one we saw earlier. Look at that. Fire heads down, mist on the ice head, and ice heads down. That's what I was talking about. Like, the big difference about having Tempered isn't even just the Ganon fight. It's about having it for all of these other bosses. It's just so much easier, so much faster, so much more pleasant to run with Tempered than Master.
Alright, so that is Coin Chaser's 6th crystal.
Coin going to be heading over to GT. Or not to GT. I take that back. Heading over to Ganon. But here's the other thing. Latebit has picked up the 6th crystal. Latebit is heading over to Ganon.
Now, this is going to be interesting if the Aga 1 play ends up making a difference here, because I believe...
Latebit has a better portal.
Latebit could just start right there. Right at the pyramid.
Yep. There it is. But Latebit is down a sword. So will the sword make the difference? Or will it be the fact that Latebit took out Aga when he didn't need to? Can you believe it? It literally could be that the difference for this game could be the fact that Latebit did Aga unnecessarily. Could win the seed for him right here. Latebit running through here, trying to get the damage in. Does not know Coin Chaser is hot on his heels. We're on phase 2.
Coin Chaser right into Ganon now with that Tempered Sword.
Oh, this is close.
Oh boy, this is going to break down the wire.
This is really close. Oh, Latebit did not get it in that phase, which makes kind of sense.
Oh. I think Coin might actually have an advantage here, because probably can 1-1 this.
Yep, but
phase 3.
Latebit's on phase 3 though.
Phase 3. Oh my goodness, this is going to be...
This is close.
Wow.
This is going to be insanely close. This could come down to just missing an arrow, missing a phase, missing a torch glitch. Or trying to pull the torch glitch. There's a quick kill not using torch glitch. If you do the quick kill without torch glitch here with the silvers, that could be the difference. Do you just go for the quick kill or do you go for the torch glitch?
Holy smokes.
it could literally be that. If someone goes for the torch glitch, they could lose because it does take slightly longer. Oh, we did not get the quick kill on Latebit's side. We get the torch glitch. That's fine. Oh, here. Oh! Coin! Coin set up! Coin is set up. Oh, no double hit here.
Oh my God, this is right down to the
Not a
wire.
double hit.
Oh my God.
That could have been it. Like if he set it up correctly, that would have been a double hit. So nope. So neither runner gets the quick kill. Coin gets it.
Oh my God,
gets it.
dude, this is right down to the wire.
Leipzig gets it. They're both exploding. Coin is a few seconds ahead. Coin is like a second ahead.
Let's see. Looking at the finish times here, let's see.
Coin is ahead by 1 to 2 seconds, and it is, and Coin crosses first.
Oh my God.
But who hits it? Who hits it first? And in first place, hilariously, 20 seconds in front is actually Joss. Joss off screen comes in first with a 119.38. Second place does go to Coin Chaser. Coin Chaser does get it with a 119.58. And Leipit with a 119.59. We have a 1 second difference between Leipit and Coin Chaser.
Oh, what a nail biter that was. I mean,
1 second.
I mean, if this were in a tournament, what would happen here? I know you have to be.
Generally, you'd get a retime. In the tournament, you would retime these. You would have admins go back and make sure you have the right presses and start times and everything else. This is about as close as you're going to get to being a tie without having a tie. We have Leipit and Coin Chaser joining us here, so give us one moment as they join. Leipit has joined us. GG is all I can say.
Well, that just happened.
So there's a few things I want to say. I'm kind of hoping Coin Chaser will join us. That was such a close difference. You're the only runner on stream to kill Aga.
Yeah. That's what we call a calculated risk while being bad at math.
Oh, okay. So Coin Chaser has joined us too. GG.
GG's.
Now I gotta start this again. Leipit, you were the only runner to defeat Aga. You were the only runner on stream not to have Tempered Sword.
Oh boy. I clown hard.
Coin finished the last dungeon before you, but because you killed Aga, you were able to save and quit and get to Ganon faster.
Okay, yeah, I can see that.
You finished phase 3 1 or 2 seconds earlier, but Coin got the kill first and finished it. It was like nail biting to the absolute last second.
Good. I'm glad it was enjoyable to watch.
That was incredible.
Yeah, this is going to be a fun watch back for sure. The finish there was so tight. We weren't sure who was going to win because Coin is running at the portal, and Leipit, you're already there. You're already fighting, and you both finished phase 2 at about the same time. It was the sword difference got made up by the Aga climb, or the Aga portal, I guess, the save and quit. So, what are your thoughts? What are your 2 thoughts on this seed with that in mind? This was a pendant bonanza, like right out of the gate. I was like, I went to Sawhouse Closet and got a bow, and I was like, okay, it's pendant Eastern, isn't it? I'm just gonna bite the bullet and do it, and just rush the boss, take the 50-50. If there's something in the big key chest, oh well. Turned out to be a glove, which, of course, hard required. And then I was like, well, I hit the jackpot with Eastern. I got Dark World access. I can full clear pod. Let's go do pod. Got my mirror out of there. Got Samaria, and I think I got something else, but that was it was just loaded over there on that side of the map.
Yeah, I believe silvers are in pod as well.
Yes.
Yep. The one big difference between you two and the 2 runners that we still have restreamed that are still running, Sawyer and the Pain, is that while you 2 were finishing your last dungeons, I think neither of them had entered pod yet.
Ouch. Yes, I can see that.
So, no mirror, no silvers, there was something else in there.
Was Red Cane in there?
Maybe, yeah, I think so. Maybe Samaria was in there.
Yeah, Red Cane, mirror, and silvers were in pod.
Yeah,
and without those, they also, as a result, neither of them had gone to Purple Chest because they didn't have mirrors, so
Yes. So you missed your flippers. Yep. Oh,
So you had no flippers.
That's
It was just. It was Pendant Pod was the answer, which is kind of the usual with these seeds, but Pendant Pod was the answer.
It's basically the meta at this point. You see Pendant Pod, you go.
Yeah, I know. I've seen so many seeds where you see if it's Crystal Pod, you probably don't find much. You might, but probably not. But if it's Pendant Pod, it's you're gonna dip in there, and no exception here. Is again with the Canis Mario, that would have given TR. Mirror gives just Swamp access. You have to get flippers, and then Argus had Fire Rod, so you had to do Swamp.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, if you decide to start Hype Cave and not West Dark Worlds, what choices do you really have after you get nothing in Hype Cave? You know, you're just looking at a Pendant Thieves Town, a Pendant Pod, or a partial dip of Skullwood. So, I don't know. I feel like when you have that choice, going east is a better choice after Hype Cave.
Yeah, in my case especially because I had just realized that Aga was a mistake, so I was like, I'm going full clown and rushing Pendant Pod from here.
But you know what? The fact that you did Aga brought you back in. Like, the reason you were so close was because you did it.
Yeah, it was a curse, and then it almost completely made up for itself. So it was nice.
Yeah, I didn't even realize how much time it saves to going.
Sorry.
I realized how much time it saves going from if you have to start from Link's house, go through the portal, go back to Pyramid versus just starting at the Pyramid.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So just so you know, the last sword that we know of that you didn't get was in Ice Rod Cave.
Oh, of course.
Right. I was so thankful. Sometimes I'm like, I'll get a flute and I'll do it later. But I'm very thankful that I took the huff of the walk. I was concerned that the boots was late. You know, you said you made the pod play too because you did Aga, but once I saw boots in Skullwoods, I was like, that might ruffle my feathers because if someone's able to run through pod right after they do Skullwoods Thieves Town, that could cost us a couple of minutes.
Somebody got boots really early. I think the Pain did right off the bat in Dark World. Went there and just did Village of Outcasts and Skullwoods and got all of the speed and accessibility items early.
Yeah, but once I realized Purple Chest had flippers, I was like, oh, I'm so much happier I have Mirror.
Yeah.
So once that happened, I was like, all right, that's validated. I'm not worried too much about the boots being late. But I couldn't convince myself to go to the mountain sooner. Like, I was like, yeah, there's 6 checks there, but I have no medallions. Like, if I had one, I don't mind chancing going to Turtle Rock, but I kind of picked and choose a few checks here and there as I was completing crystals, but I was like, this is a waste of time. And then once I finally got to mountain, it's like, yep, there it is. The Quake.
They were both up there, right? Both pendants that you needed? Yeah.
Yes, Bombos was in...
Hookshot Cave, yeah.
Hookshot Cave, and then Flute was in TR, so no one's doing Misery Mire.
Yeah, and Mire was for the record Ether anyway.
You say no one's doing Mire, but we did have a runner check Mire because we had a runner in Turtle Rock without the flippers.
Oh no.
No, that makes sense.
Because once again, our right side runners did not check pod.
Ugh.
So the Pain, I believe it was the Pain was in there and got it and left immediately to go check Mire because thinking, okay, I don't have Fire Rod yet. I'm in Turtle Rock. Let's go check the other dungeon that I figure I can complete, and we still don't know where Ether is. So it's probably somewhere in GD.
I'm shaking my head. That's such a different seed than what we played late. What you're describing.
I'm telling you, you almost have to watch this back because there was a moment where one of our trackers was literally like, there are so many items, I had to ask something, and like we had an answer. There was multiple people in chat where like, I have no idea what that item was. Because there was so many things happening at the same time on screen, we literally couldn't see everything at once because you all, even between you two, you picked different routes. A late bit, you went really early to Eastern. You were in Eastern a good few, you were good probably 5 minutes ahead of everybody else there. But then you didn't do some of the other checks that other people did. Everyone just did it completely different.
And every Everything gave something.
The first person up the mountain, I think, was late bit because you went up right away after you found those gloves. But you went up with no hammer, no fire, no fire. The next runner that went up with a hammer but no fire, so we didn't check basement. The next runner went up with fire and checked basement of Hera. Like it was just completely different routing.
There's always new checks, so you have to you have to watch like say 2-3 people on different checks. You have to make sure they're not getting something unique.
Yeah, that's hard to watch all 4 people do different things. But thank you for tracking. Yeah, seriously.
Yeah, shout out to Matt Ewok Hurd and to Raka for tracking that, because I'm so happy they were here, because there were so many times I lost track of what you were all getting. I was tracking the items in the dungeons for the first like 4 dungeons, and then I was just lost.
Now, this is interesting. I'm looking at your the completion time in game. Well, Coin was a second ahead on like the timer, but in the in-game time, Late Bit was up by about 30 seconds.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, you had a 28-second difference in game.
Wild.
It was. I mean, that finish was one of the closest I've seen. And it wasn't even that you dropped in at the same time, but went in with different item sets. We had no idea what was going to happen until you basically entered Phase 4.
Oh, I think
and then,
even at that point, I was watching Ganon blow up on both sides. I was like, I don't know who's ahead. Who's going to come in first?
And then I think, Late Bit, you ended up doing a torch glitch.
Yeah.
I think. Coin, I think it looked like you were going for the quick kill without torch glitch, but you couldn't get the double hit on the arrow. Is that what happened?
Yes. I usually don't go for torch glitch if there's silvers, but he was in each corner he wanted to be, so there was no double hits.
That's what it looked like to me too. So I was saying, I think Late Bit happened to get the went for the torch, and then you went after, and I thought you had the lead because of that, and then you missed that because of the positioning. And then it was one of those, like, even in Phase 4, we were just going back and forth, and it was like, okay, so Late Bit got one glitch, but Coin didn't get the other one, but Late Bit got, but Coin didn't, and we had no idea what was going to happen. It literally just came down to when the explosions happened, and I'm like, I think Coin started exploding a second earlier.
Wow.
It was insanely tight at the end. It was a crazy finish. That's all I can say.
No, that's fantastic.
No, happy to provide some entertainment.
Well, thank you for being restreamed, because that was an incredible thing for us to have here.
Absolutely. Thank everybody for putting it together.
I guess, honestly, any other thoughts that you were thinking while you're going through the seed? Because I don't even know what we were thinking.
I felt pretty straightforward with what I'm doing. I always kind of go out of my way and get a little bit of checks, like whenever I go to every crystal dungeon. And like I said, I think the pod play is pretty solid once you're done with Hype Cave. I'm not a big fan of going to Village of Outcasts if I'm missing either the hammer or the fire rod. So I think it's pretty standard to just pop into pod because there's just so many checks there. Like I said, maybe I could have convinced myself to go up the mountain sooner because of Dark Death Mountain, but honestly, I don't think I would have really made too many other choices. I think I gambled every silly check I could except for Left Side Swamp, right? I didn't do Hera Basement or... No, I did do Iced Tea Room. Whatever. But yeah. But I feel I played pretty straightforward. Nothing too tricky.
Hera Basement was a full heart.
A full heart? Okay.
We did get one... We did, I think, get one person to check it due to the fourth person who went into that dungeon went down there.
I did get punished hard for doing Front of Escape immediately. I was like, oh, 10 bombs, sure, why not? And it was just quarters of hearts down there. I was like, oh my god, I'm so far behind. I'm like 3.5 minutes start sank chest, oh no.
Somebody else did it with you. Two runners went into Hyrule Castle right away.
Okay, I wasn't alone. Okay, that makes me feel better, thanks.
I think we had one go Village of Outcasts, 2 go into the castle, and 1 go south pretty quick. So it was, once again, you all started differently. Just this whole seed was everyone's doing something different.
Nice. No, that's really good. I look forward to watching it back. Thank you for commentating.
Alright,
Yeah, I'm
Sawyer is on Ganon, phase 3. Should be finishing up in just a little bit.
And Silvers gets a hit. No sort of quick kill here either. Yeah, it was a bit of a rough pattern to get that quick double hit. Oh, does get a double hit. And that's it. One phase of lighting the torches there for Sawyer. Does get it.
Nice.
Alright, get your GGs in chat for Sawyer. He's going to be crossing the bridge. Just waiting for the time. Get across the bridge here. Going to come in at 1:35.16. That is good for third on restream. 7th place overall. In between, GG's. And in between, High Roller 121.24. 4th place, and then Cherokee 5th place, 130.16. 6th place, a Rabid Wombat 85, 130.50. And just behind Sawyer in 8th place, it's Otter, 136.26.
Coming in right as we're reading out the numbers. That's good timing.
All right, I'll hop out not to crowd the group, and I'll let Sawyer talk. So, but GG's everyone, and thanks for commentating and tracking the items.
Thank
wanna
you
hop
for
out
being
as well.
restreamed. Oh,
Yeah.
Yep.
And we have
Welcome
Sawyer in
to-
chat.
Right.
You go
Alright,
ahead.
Alright, GG's.
GG's. Apparently, I
So-
need to shower since everybody bailed.
So, what do you think about this seed?
After I'm done with it, I know where the jet was and where everybody got done so fast, but I played this not that great, so whatever. It's a seed.
I think you probably know, but the biggest thing is that you and the Pain were kind of right up with the other two for the majority of the game here, and then what ended up happening was that neither of you checked pod.
Yeah, which was weird because pretty much Eastern had stuff in it, and like every dungeon had stuff in it. I don't know why I put it off for so long. And then Ice Palace just to get my flippers after that, and then go get the red cane. I'm like, well, there's time that I lost too, and that no mirror, and it is what it is, you know. Sometimes you make good decisions, and sometimes you do what I did.
Well, hey, you avoided the Aga play. We did have somebody make an Aga play on stream, so
Yeah,
there's a little.
I did see that was a possibility, but once I found the gloves, I was like, well, that means that something's at Agina, and I found Lamp, and I wanted to get that before I went up to the mountain. And then found the Pearl. Woo!
Yeah, we were just talking about it before you joined, that all four of you had extremely different routes throughout, even the starting, where going up the mountain, you all went up with different item sets. What we were saying, the first person went up with gloves and nothing else. The next one went up with also a hammer, and the third person to go up also had a lamp. So it was a little bit of everybody was checked. Every time somebody went up the mountain, they checked a few more things.
That's awesome. That's pretty exciting. Something to give Chad a conversation about. Plus the finish between late bit and coin, so that's kind of nice too.
You don't even know what happened there. Late bit had Master Sword. Coin Chaser had Tempered. Late bit never went and got his sword from Ice Rock Cave.
Oh wow!
But Late bit is a runner that did Aga and cut the time by being able to save and quit from Skull Woods and saved the whole portal and walking to GT time, which caught him up.
Yeah, that. Damn.
So he actually got in there first. He actually finished phase 3 first, and it was literally a phase 4 time difference by a second.
That's crazy.
It was basically just waiting to see who went into the door first, and we still couldn't tell. Even at the end, Ganon was exploding on both sides, and still couldn't tell. And
Yeah, it was a 1 second difference.
Yeah,
We were wondering who was even going to hit .done in the chat first to be able to call it, because it was within a second that we were like, if somebody hits the button a second late, then they might actually lose.
And yeah, I never realized that. So going to the pyramid just from like Link's house, that's like it was like 2 minutes or something. You have to take the portal. You gotta go run up to the pyramid, and without boots, it's even longer. Even with boots, it's like 2 minutes.
Absolutely, yeah. That's why I was thinking that if somebody did do Aga, especially with that sword and lamp that early, like I could see that being a beneficial thing. But if I had done that, I probably would have gone straight into pod and got the fun items there.
The pain, sorry, but the pain
Oh,
falls on the last hit of Silver's on Ganon.
Oh,
We're
no.
doing this fight again. But sorry, we had to bring back to that
worries.
one. But Sawyer, continue.
No worries. Yeah, if I can see the benefit of doing Aga, because then you would have gone straight to pod right after that too. So at least I would have. But
Lapid did it without Moon Pearl.
oh, well, that's unfortunate.
Lapid was hoping, I think, that Moon Pearl was on Pyramid Ledge and made a gamble.
That's also very unfortunate.
So, yeah, it was Lapid made in a very, very, very early Eastern Palace play, which brought him up the mountain way earlier than everybody else. But he hadn't checked certain things. Like he hadn't even checked for the hammer by the time he went up there, so he went up without hammer.
Gotcha.
The routes were just all four of you just took such drastically different routes that I'm very happy we have trackers that were able to keep up with you, because I would have gotten lost.
Did anyone else happen to do escape with the 10 bombs off of Uncle?
Oh yeah, that's Coin Chaser.
Okay.
He was talking about how he was worried when he finished it and there was nothing there, and I said somebody else did it, but I couldn't remember who. I thought it might have been you, but I wasn't sure. Yep. You and Coin did it.
Nice. Well, I know that I'm probably cutting this short for the interview, but I do have a mentor match that I have to go mentor, so I'm gonna go and get ready for that. So
Sure, good luck.
Thank you.
Good luck with that one.
That's are you getting restreamed on that one, or?
No, I don't believe so.
Okay.
But I'm gonna go ahead and hop out and get ready for mentoring my mentee. And
Well.
GG's to the pain when they get in here.
Alright, the Pain just finishing off Ganon. Coming in, time at 1:42:04 on race time GG. Finishing 11th place and just behind Death Taxes N64, 142:07, 12th place. And then in between, Cheffy, 9th place, 138.39, and Kakelin, 10th place, 139.27.
GG's to all those runners. I do want to mention quickly, because it was mentioned here, that the Mentor tournament is a tournament that gets run annually so far for the last number of years for ALTTPR runners. Basically, during the tournament, if you're a new player, you get paired with, you get to choose a more experienced player who gets to sit in with you. And they'll walk you through it. They'll tell you kind of where to go, what glitches you need. They'll kind of help you through the whole thing. The tournament hosted by the Go Mode podcast. So if you're a newer runner that you want to learn, you want to try to figure out how to play it, that's a great place to go. And they also have resources for learning players and tutorials they've given in past years. So if you're new to our community, it's definitely something to check out, that they might be able to help you join us, so that the next time we do a daily or a weekly restream, you can be up here with us on stream. We can talk about you being 1 second difference from finishing the race.
So I think when they do those mentor, I'm pretty sure those aren't really like speed runs. They probably just do it step by step. It's like you're at this point, and it's like, okay.
Oh no, it's a live race.
Oh, it's a live, so they have to go fast.
It's a live race. I participated in it in a prior year, and basically everything is a live race. It's exactly as if you're racing somebody else in a normal tournament. And basically, the only thing is that while you're running, you have a more experienced runner that's on comms with you. So they'll kind of say, no, you don't go that way. Like, there's only one check over there. Go to this dungeon or go to that dungeon.
Okay,
And
okay.
a lot of the mentors will some of the mentors will sit down with you and do a practice run before or after. Many of them will be willing to sit down and teach you glitches, positioning, where you need to be to clip through a rail, that kind of stuff. But when it comes down to the race, you're literally just doing a normal race, and they're just in your ear. They can't help you physically in any way, but they kind of tell you where to go. They help you with your routing and kind of glitches. And if you're slightly out of position on a glitch, sometimes you'll have if you've got a mentor that knows those glitches, they'll say, no, you're 1 pixel too low, like move up a little bit and then place the bomb and you'll be fine. It's a great way to learn. And
I see.
just technically to a question in chat, I guess to be clear, you don't have to be a new runner. You can have been in the community for years if you want. If you're just towards the side where you still need help or you want to learn more, it is an opportunity for anybody in the community to join. If you join and you apply and you end up having too good of a score during your application seeds, they'll ask you to be a mentor instead of a mentee, but nobody is excluded from that tournament. It's a great way to learn. We do have the pain in a chat here. We'll see if he'll join us. But yeah, no, it's a great place to learn. I participated in a few years ago, and it's some of the runners from last year's tournament I know were in the main this year and made it into the main tournament. So you do learn a lot, and we are joined by the pain. GG's.
Yes, thank you. GG to everybody.
Thoughts on the seed?
The seed was fun, but you gotta learn how to not forget to bring the purple chest.
Yep. Purple chest, and of course, it's a joke in the community, but Pendant Pod always has the items you need.
Yeah, I don't want Pendant Pod to have the item, but it's always something there. There's always something there.
It's a joke in the community, but it feels real a lot of the time.
Yeah, but it has items. I think it's 5 items in pod, so
yep.
There's a lot of chance to have something there, even some pendant.
True, and I think in this seed it had 3 or 2 definitely required, and then the silver arrows. So
yeah.
Definitely, Pendant Pod is always one of those, like, you just don't want to go. No, it takes a while to get there. But I mean, given this seed already gave you bow, lamp, hammer, it's like, well, it's in logic. I mean, do you want to take to go into pod? And it's people still decide. It's like, it's just a pendant. Do I really want to do this or not?
It definitely takes a while, even just to walk there. Pod is one of those dungeons. It takes a while to get to the entrance.
Yeah.
No matter how you get into Dark World.
Unless you have the flute, but
even then, it's a little bit of a walk. It's just not as bad. It's still a little bit of a walk.
Yeah, just the little maze and everything.
Yeah. But Pendant Pod always has the goods.
I was not too salty about that, but when I realized I didn't bring back the purple chest at the thief, I got, what did I did?
Yeah, the purple chest was an important one this time, and that was the other thing. Well, one of the problems was that Pod had the mirror for the purple chest.
Yeah.
So leaving one behind meant you didn't get to the other one, which meant it was just one of those chains.
Yeah, but I wouldn't have got the go to TR and did everything before realizing that I didn't do the purple chest.
Oh yeah, I think you are the only runner to see what the entrance to Meyer was.
Probably.
Because you were the only runner that made it into actually TR without having done purple chest, I think.
Yeah. Without the fire rod.
And as a result of fire rod, yeah.
Yeah.
Because when you get flippers at purple chest, you go in a swamp, right?
Yeah. You should have everything to go in there, so you go there. That's for sure.
Okay. Any final thoughts? We do have to wrap up here. because we do have another race starting in a few minutes. So, anything you want to say before we kind of close up?
I wish I will have seen that race because I see that two runners, the two first, I think, the second and third.
Oh, they
second
were
and
both on
third.
Restream.
Oh
Yeah.
Watch it.
Watch the restream.
Watch, even if you just watch when they finish, watch the last 3 minutes of their races. It's here's the thing: late bit didn't have tempered sword,
Okay.
so but he
That's
defeated Aga. It was a crazy finish. It's worth watching back, that part at least.
Yeah. I'll try doing that for sure.
So okay.
And thank you everybody for the rest stream.
Yep. Well, thank you for being restreamed. The links to all our runners are in chat. Give them all a follow. They all did a great job. I want to thank our trackers, Maddie Walkherd and Raka, for being able to track what was a pretty crazy set of items very quickly, because the routing was just so different between our runners. And thank you, Pixcalibur, for being here with me today.
Yes, thanks to you, Zethno, for the commentary. And yeah, thanks to our two trackers and all of our volunteers who want to volunteer to restream for us. Give us a good show. Speed gaming community, the chat, always helpful with keeping us up to date on stuff. And any last words you have?
Just in case anyone else, as was mentioning, we have to get off because there is a race starting. Metroid Prime is going to be on very shortly on this channel. So if you want to keep watching a race, this has something, and Speed Gaming currently is going to be having something start shortly. Speed Gaming Main will have a different game starting very shortly. But definitely Metroid Prime, the race coming up, should be a great one. So you're here, stick around, and see the Metroid Prime randomizer. Otherwise, I hope you had a good time, man. That was a crazy finish.
Oh, I know. A great race.
I've been Zethno here with Pixcalibur. We hope you had a great time, and we hope to see you next time.
All right, see you guys later.